Whoa! Here we go!
Welcome to the P2 Power Play Podcast. I am your host, Kyle Wilson, alongside Tiago Cucci.
Vamos que vamos!
And we're here with a special guest, Ramzi.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up, Rams?
I'm good. What about yourself?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Yeah,
Living the
that's good to
dream.
hear.
Good to see you here.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Thank you for joining us in
Thank
the
you,
episode
guys.
today. And why don't we go ahead and get started with the whole reason why you're here, and that's to learn your story, learn about you, what you've been up to, what you're doing, life,
Oh yeah.
coming over from another country, and you can kind of explain that a little bit. So why don't you start us off?
From the very beginning. Very beginning.
So I'm Lebanese, so born and raised in Lebanon.
Nice.
I went to school there, went to college and everything there.
Nice.
And then I started playing futsal there. So this is where it started. I'm a physical therapist right now, working on my license here to get like the PT license.
Sweet.
I'm also I'm a U.S. citizen, so that's funny.
Ooh.
I was born and raised in Lebanon, but I'm a U.S. citizen.
Immigration. You guys already know. Okay.
Way to go.
No, but let's start with how old you start playing like futsal in your country.
So it started in school.
Okay.
So actually high school, I played with my team for a couple of years, for like 3 to 4 years. And then we moved to the under 18 league. So we have a league in Lebanon called under 18. So you have to be 18 or younger to play there.
Right.
And it's professional. So they consider like
Nice.
professional. So you have U18, you start U23 with the national team, and then you go Division 1. We also have Division 1, 2, 3, and I think they're making 4 right now. I'm not sure about that.
Wow.
So yeah, I started in high school. It all started there. We were playing games, and then it's like one game I was playing really well, and there was like another coach. He said like, you want to play like professional Division 1 team?
Yeah.
And I was like 17, 18. I was like, professional Division 1? He was like, yeah, you want to play with the best team? I was like, sure. So I gave him my number. And after like 3 months, he called me. He's like, hey, where do you live? So I was like, I live in this area. See which teams, like clubs, are next to me. And then he said, there's a Division 2 team you want to play with? I was like, sure, let's try it. So this Division 2 team, they had an under 18 league. So they have a U18 team. So I played with the U18 for 1 year. And then I joined the Division 2 league. And then I went to college. This is when I started playing on a little bit higher level. So when you hit college, it's like pretty competitive. It's like D1, Division 2 teams. So it's good. And then from there, I had a tryout with the D1 team. And then I started playing there. So this is how it started. So it's U18 and then college and then D1. So it wasn't easy, the process, but it was fun.
Yeah.
So it's just one game, setting up one game, playing really well. So someone saw me, and then we went to play.
Yeah.
That's a good takeaway. I mean, when you play, to your point, you got to make sure that you play your best every time.
Exactly.
Or you're going to be screwed. But
Exactly.
I'm interested to learn more about the system because you're talking about you have a high school age, so under 18s.
Yes.
And you said you go to college and then you do Division 2 or Division 1, right? So can you kind of expand so we understand more?
Yeah. So there's also Division 3.
Okay.
So it depends on where you want to start.
And your level.
So usually start Division 2, just to get like experience a little bit. So I played 1 year Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to go Division 1, but the coach said like it's a little bit too early to play Division 1.
Yeah.
So
With 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So play 1 year in Division 2, and then next year go with the tryout and see if you can play with the Division 1.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. So I played 1 year Division 2. I started as a keeper. I was the first goalkeeper for the whole year.
Or Division 2.
Yeah, Division 2, yeah. It was a good team. We tried to go Division 1, but it didn't work. And then I went to tryout for the Division 1 team, and it worked.
Oh,
Of course, you have to have the level. You cannot be like, if you want to play Division 1, you cannot go from Division 3 to Division 1. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
You have to go, gradually. And this is how it started there.
Nice.
And I really loved the process because, all right, I experienced U18, Division 2, and then Division 1. It's a little bit of
So you said that you guys tried to go from Division 2 to Division 1.
Yeah.
Is there like promotion or relegation?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is how it worked there. Division 1, I think the last 2 teams, they go to Division 2, and the last third team, they play against I think the second of the Division 2.
Okay.
So they see if
Like a playoff.
Yeah, playoff,
Okay.
exactly. This is how we call it, playoff.
Right.
and then they go either Division 2 or Division 1. And same thing for Division 2. You go up to Division 3. Same thing, and vice versa.
Nice. Let me ask you something. Like here in, I mean, the whole program in the United States is very smart. What I'm saying that is elementary school, some elementary school, they do have the field. Middle school, they have the field without a light, for example. Okay. In high school, they have the field and the light. Okay. This is what I have learned in some of the schools, they follow this protocol. So how is there, like, where you guys were playing futsal? Because sounds like a lot of people playing futsal.
Oh, yeah.
So what are the fields inside the school or private? Please explain a little bit there.
Yeah, so let me tell you something. When I was playing with the U18 team, we didn't have a futsal court. So we have like a small, if you want, it was outdoor, but it wasn't the size of an actual futsal court.
So it's like what we have like with basketball kind
exactly,
of thing?
Yeah. It was a basketball court.
Okay.
However, we practiced futsal there for the whole year. Yeah. We sometimes did some practice in like an actual futsal court just to practice a little bit, some rotations, some drills and everything, and to make it happen in a futsal court.
Right.
But everything was in a small court. Now back to the high school, we don't have futsal courts. So we train like indoor soccer facility or a basketball court, but we have futsal tournaments in high school. So you have a big futsal tournaments in high school. Nice. It depends on the region, on the area. Yeah. And this is where I started playing high school, and this is where people see you.
And that was a part of the school, right?
Exactly, yeah. So part of the school, part of the community too. Right. They're like a small community. They do tournaments.
Oh,
nice.
So yeah, that was nice.
And is that where you got scouted?
Exactly, yeah. This is where I started playing, and then I started jumping to U18 league, which is a pro. It's considered like not a pro league, but there's no U18
like
division.
Pre-pro.
Yeah, pre-pro. Yeah. And then you jump to Division 2, 3, or 1, 2.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I'm curious if you don't mind answering. You know, is there like a salary? Do you guys get paid Division 2?
Oh. That was my question.
Sorry, I took it.
I was about to ask that.
I'm just curious how it works.
It's important.
So the thing is, that's the problem. So in the U18, when you play U18, they usually don't pay you. Okay. But you don't have to pay anything.
So it's free.
So that's the thing. So even transportation, jerseys, anything, they cover everything. Okay. So Division 2, it depends. If you're in a good team, Division 2, they pay you. If you're not in a good team, Division 2, some like teams, they don't pay.
At least you don't pay. You don't have to pay.
No, you don't have to pay anything. Again. And also transportation is for free. So we have a bus. Let's say we have a game. We get into the bus, we all go as a team, we prep and everything, and then we play. You don't have to pay anything. So that's the cool thing.
Nice.
You know, there is something in futsal. This is where it started. Now, let's jump a little bit to let's say the best Division 2 team. Yeah. So they are planning to go to Division 1. Right. And they pay. So usually they pay. Now, they don't pay as much as they pay in
This
soccer.
is my question.
That's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing to talk to. They don't pay that much, but they offer something, to you. Yeah. Exactly.
What is not that much? Let's say the lowest guy, the one that makes the little. How much this guy will make?
That's a good question. In Division 2?
Yeah.
So you cannot...
Let's say Division 1.
All right. So the thing is, you cannot compare it to the U.S. because salaries in Lebanon are different from here. Yeah. But I want to break it down, make it a little bit easy. Yeah. So if I want to get soccer and I want to get futsal in Lebanon, even soccer, they don't get paid that much, from my understanding. Yeah. So it's not a very highly paid league even in Lebanon. Right. Because the minimum wage in Lebanon is very low compared to the U.S. We're talking the same thing, I think, in Venezuela and these kind of countries. So they don't offer that much. Right. However, in the D1 team, we're talking about a very good player who plays in the first team in Lebanon. They get paid a couple of $1,000 a month. So we're talking maybe 2, 3, here and there. Yeah. Maybe one. So the average is like $1K a month. Hey. Or $750 a month.
You made it seem like it was going to be less. That's not bad.
It's not that bad.
Well, we're talking about futsal. But you cannot make a living. That's another point. You cannot make a living by playing futsal full-time in Lebanon.
It depends. If you don't have a family, if you don't want...
Yeah, you can. So that's another thing. Yeah. They let's say, one of the best teams in Lebanon for at least for 4 or 5 years, it was a bank. So the bank invested in a team. They said, hey, let's make a team, and the players, let's get some players, and we offer them other job, like a part-time, easy job to do.
Sure.
And then afternoon they can go practice or can.
So they
play a
work early in
game.
the
It's a good
morning.
strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that like hard. You shouldn't like go to work 8 to 5,
Yeah.
come
It's like 9 to
exhausted.
12.
Yeah.
Come exhausted
So-
after it, and then practice or play.
Yeah, I mean, it's relative asking how much they make. If we don't ask you, like, how is the cost?
Yeah.
Because, for example, if the cost is $500 a month, is really good.
Yeah.
Yes or no, Sue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah,
So,
decent.
how is the cost there of life?
Great question.
So the cost of living is a little bit. It's cheaper than here. It's not that expensive. Like rent is not that expensive. Water, everything is not. Back in the days, I'm not talking about right now.
Yeah.
Back in the days, 5 to 10 years ago, nothing was that much expensive. However, the income was low, so the pay, even if the cost of living is not that good,
Pay
it's
wasn't
still it's not good, especially in futsal. Now, if you compare it to soccer, because that's very interesting. If you compare it to soccer, some players in soccer they have 2 jobs. So you go part-time job, and there's also a lot of bank employees that work at the bank, and then afternoon they go to play soccer professionally. And this is how it went. So in my case, when I went after college, I used to play also professional. I played a year, and I was working full-time as a PT, physical therapist, 8 to 5, finishing work, going to practice, sleeping early, eating well, next day, 8 to 5.
Yeah.
So that wasn't easy for me, but it was my choice. So I decided to do that. And same thing with college. So you go to college, it's really intense.
Right. All your
You
classes,
finish college,
yeah.
you have a training with your D1 team. You're done. On a Saturday, you have games. So if you want to hang out with friends, hang out with family, drink alcohol, have fun.
Forget it.
I don't think so.
Now we are talking.
I don't think so. That's the.
You want to drink something? We are like,
So yeah. So
it's
when
10:30 a.m. If you want to drink.
no, I don't want to drink.
We okay. So talking about that, so just to answer my question, how much money the banker does, just in comparison with the soccer player, just to see if it's too far, like how much a banker,
What do you mean banker?
like the guy that work in a bank,
Yeah.
how much this guy's gonna make a month, for example, as a
guy
salary.
who worked at the bank
Yeah.
and played football at the same time or futsal?
It can be a normal guy that works for a bank. How
Alright.
much this guy is gonna make a month?
I would say 1,000, 1K a month, maybe 1,500. Depends on the
As a
position.
full time.
Oh yeah,
So it's good to be a player. It's over.
exactly.
You know,
But
like
if
it's better than
it
a
does.
month.
It doesn't. It's not the same thing like here. You know, it's not. You cannot compare it.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, yeah,
Right,
it's good, perfect. But as a player, if you're working full time, or if you're in my case, like you're studying or working full time, then you're going to play soccer.
Yeah.
You have to find balance. That's why these
Yeah.
the best teams are bank. They created a system like,
Right.
all right, go for 3,
Take
4
care of the players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go for 3, 4 hours at work and then go practice. All right, you have a game, just skip work. Don't go to work. Right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit behind the scene we're talking because I knew the players and this is how it goes.
Right.
So you don't go to work if you have a game, you
Yeah.
skip, you still get paid, and then you play. So
Ooh, nice system.
exactly, yeah. So it was about the player and futsal more than the work at the bank.
Yeah.
But they balance it out.
Right, right.
So this is the system.
The return. Yeah.
And what about the rent? Like, just to finish the question, like, how much is a rent? Like, 1 bedroom?
It depends. It depends on the area too. So if you want to get like downtown or in the capital, which is Beirut,
Yeah.
it's like a couple of hundred, like 600-700 for 1 bedroom, maybe 500 for 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom if you want to share for sure. Because I used to do that.
Probably almost the same than here. I mean, here the prices went up.
Skyrocketing.
It's skyrocketing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
talking about money, let's talk about money with him.
Money!
Let's put some
Money, money,
movement
money, money,
right
money!
now. It's the fire question.
Fire question.
Oh, actually, no. Let's do the challenge first.
Challenge. That's what I thought
Challenge
we were talking
about money.
Makes
I'm
more
sorry,
sense.
my bad. Life is hard.
We're used to it.
So, Ramzi,
Go
you're
ahead.
about to make some hundreds here, okay? We're
Hundreds.
talking about
Money, 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 money.
money.
There's some hundreds.
You like money?
Oh,
Okay.
who doesn't? Who doesn't like money?
So can you explain to him, Kyle?
Yeah,
how
we
this
have
works?
the challenge is we got a Rubik's cube.
All right.
Have you played one of these before? Use one?
That's
Long time.
long.
Really simple. All you got to do is solve a side, and you make some money. If you solve one side, for example, we'll get a color from Sayul. If you
Some
solve
virtual money or some actual
real money.
Oh, some real money.
real money,
We don't work with the NFT yet.
coming soon. So if you solve
Alright, done.
oh, we didn't start yet.
Oh my goodness, not counting, Mike. We're gonna
Alright.
lose some money right now, Siosito.
Let me change it.
Okay. Well, let me see it. Cheater. Cheater.
See you. Pick a color and give it to him, please.
So here's the rules. You got 10 seconds to get one side to make $10. If you get the whole thing in 30 seconds, you get $100.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Especially
just
for
proved
you.
got it. Yeah, you just
So
proved.
we just mentioned with the last guest that we're gonna change the challenge, but since it's too hard, we're gonna continue until we pay. We want to give away money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. We have a lot of money right
Money!
here. So we want to give away. Okay, Siosito, ready to start?
Let's start. 30
Vamos
seconds.
que vamos.
Once it's in his hand, 3, 2, go. Clock
Blue
on.
color. Tick, 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 tick.
All right.
Ramsito.
He was
4
training the color.
seconds.
You mix a good color, my friend.
Well, that was hard too.
You did the blue. Just do it again.
I'm trying. Where's the blue? Wait.
Vamos que
13
vamos.
seconds.
He's doing the white. It's not a white.
Uh-oh.
Thanks. We're going to save more money this. Okay, so we can raise for the next.
can raise.
Seal, did you change it? Did you trick it or something? Right, I have one more. Almost there. I got 3 reds.
You got
Almost there.
3, almost.
Do you have a discount? I got 3 reds.
No.
No discounts, right?
Discount double check.
That was good, Ramzito. But you're good on that. Better
good,
than
yeah.
all other guests.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, better.
I did it for 5 seconds first time.
That was good.
But then
That was
Kyle changed. Seal did the magic. He did the magic.
The magic
He
touch.
took it out the stickers.
yeah,
Put it on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
different
move the
color.
stickers. That was it. That was it. So Rams, let's go back into this.
Yeah.
Are we doing questions again? Or are we going back to quick fire?
We can do the quick fire.
Quick fire. You
Quick
got
fire.
questions?
You
ready?
have quick
I got
fire.
a couple, not a lot. You
I
ready?
have some.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do another challenge, Rams, and it's really easy. It's 30 seconds again. We're gonna just ask you what do you prefer?
Yeah.
And you got to answer as many as you can in 30 seconds.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's easy.
But fast. You got to answer
Boom.
fast.
All right.
All right.
No money, huh?
No money.
What? Before. The Power Play podcast is sponsored by Meta Media. We got to remember to do that better.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Thank you, Meta Media.
for
Thank you.
reminding me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Meta
Meta Media,
Media.
for sponsoring us. Also, again, we are a podcast neutral. We don't talk about our companies, but we are appreciative of
they
High
sponsor.
Soccer Academy, High Soccer Prospects, and High Soccer Arena.
Boom.
Okay, and if you want to invest on us, so please feel free to contact Meta Media. Okay, let's do the
Please.
fire questions.
Fire questions. All right. So again, we're just going to ask you questions. You answer whichever one is correct or correct for you. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I'm ready to go. Ready?
Go.
And let's start. Would you prefer Coke or Pepsi?
A Pepsi.
Steak or chicken?
Neither.
Futsal or football?
A futsal.
Futsal. Baseball or basketball?
Basketball.
Vodka or beer?
Beer.
Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Fish or tofu?
A fish.
Fish or tofu. I'm out. Next. Go.
Married or single?
Oh.
That's so hard, dude. Make it a little bit easier, Thiago.
Kids or no kids?
Now no kids.
Now not? 1 year or 2 years? Kids.
2 years.
2 years. 2 months or 3 months? Kids.
3 months. Jump it.
I changed it. So your girlfriend is seeing that, okay?
Oh,
so
yeah,
3
yeah.
months?
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
We have 3 months. All right.
He got nervous. Now he's going to drink water. We give a little time
That's it.
for our
That's
guest.
it. Water break. Water break.
Water
Water
break.
break, right?
Water
No,
break.
Ramzi, I have some questions here
Go
about
ahead.
Lebanon.
Yeah.
So how was your city, the neighbor that you used to live? I'm asking you that because one of our guests that came here, he was like, one day I was playing in the ghetto and the guy showed me a gun. And I was like, if you beat us, maybe something's going to happen.
The guy said he's
So-
gonna boom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for fun, right?
But I'm just asking you that just to see. I don't know how dangerous is your city, I think this is a very serious conversation, and I would like to see, to understand more about your city.
This never happened with me, like a gun or something. No. Never, ever.
Yes, in Brazil.
So, yeah, maybe just in Brazil. I don't know. So the thing is, no, it was safe, pretty safe.
Yeah.
I never had this kind of situation. unless you play in a like a tournament, like we call it public. I don't know how to say it, but public tournament. It's like a private tournament. Someone did it, and you don't know who's going to attend. There's not like an official referee.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit tricky. I never saw a gun.
No official referee.
No official. Like it's just for fun. I once witnessed someone like in a tournament. I was playing, but it wasn't like with our team. There was like one player who started like fighting with another player, and the player was famous. He was like he had a bodyguard and everything, and the bodyguard had like a gun. So they started shooting in the air. So we started like running crazy. I don't know what happened.
So he just pulls out a gun and goes
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom.
yeah, shooting in the air, and this is what happened. I
Like
don't
a
know-
fireworks.
Yeah, we
probably.
just ran, and we were like scared, but nothing like
Jeez.
personal with us. No.
Oh,
So what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you at a game in Lebanon? Anything like crazy? Like it could be a fight, it could be I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, so we used to play in an area which is not very safe, not considered safe. And there's one time, there's not a crime, but something happened in the field.
Like during the game?
Yeah, during the game, something happened, like
Right.
a knife or something, and there's like blood, and we saw it on social media, and we had a game the next day.
At that location.
Yeah, at that location. So we had the game at that location,
Yeah.
and remember, I was playing with the U18 league, and we were like terrified.
So
like,
how old were you?
I was like 17.
Okay.
Yeah, 17, 18.
So you heard in the news or on social media something
Yeah.
happened at this place. So you had
Yes.
a game there the next day.
Exactly. The next day, it was final 8. So it was in the league, the final 8. If we lose, we're out of the league of the competition, and we lost actually. So we were out of it, and this was the last game I think before I jumped to Division 2, playing Division 2.
Well, I'm curious. So how do you feel like, looking back on it, how did that impact you? You hear the story of, fight, something happened over there the day before.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you feel like that impacted you?
I think in a good way because we witnessed a lot of stuff. Like Thiago was mentioning in Brazil, like there's like crazy stuff happening
Yeah.
here and there, and probably it's a little bit less in Lebanon, but it's very frequent too. So we just get used to it. We get stronger, and now we're okay playing in any kind of environment.
Yeah, here the kids live a dream. Yeah,
Yeah, they live
they
a dream.
literally live the dream because
Yeah,
sorry, it's not COVID.
there's one.
Yeah,
There's
no.
one I was mentioning to Kyle one time. So when I used to go with the U18, play with the league, so we used to go in a bus. So I used to go with a public bus, go there and come back on a public bus. Like there's no transportation. Like my mom, she used to be busy. She was supportive, so and my family too, but she was busy or something. So I got a bus. I was 17, 16, get a bus, public bus, and come back. It's not the safest thing to do in
No,
Lebanon.
it's not.
Yeah.
But it's
But-
good to learn. Here they don't have a
Speaking
lot
of-
of public transportation. Or
No, not
anything.
at the same level probably he had. But I'm curious, since you brought up your mom and dad, what kind of role did they play in your path journey to play futsal? Like, were they around? Did they talk to the coach a lot? How did that all work?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So that's a good question. So my parents, they were supportive pretty much, like especially my mom. My dad not that much involved. He was like, "All right, where are you going? Soccer, cool, or futsal?
See
All
you.
right,
Yeah.
see you."
Yeah.
So my mom, she was like, "You need a ride, you need something, everything's good." But they never talked with the coach, like actually go like meet the coach, talk them like, "How's my son doing?" No, because again, it was my decision going to play futsal, and you don't have to, you don't have to pay anything to do that. It was actually for free.
Nice.
So I was like responsible of my thing, and this is why also I highly recommend like players like 15, 14, even 16, 17 years old, you have to be your own coach. Like, all right, there's a coach, there's everything, but you have to coach yourself. Like, all right, I have to be early training.
Yeah.
I have to do this in training. Let's say I have a tough game, I have to sleep early,
Right.
or because it's your choice.
You got to manage those
If
details.
you want to do it, it's your choice. No one is for.
Yeah.
It's not like going to school, right? So
Yeah.
when I used to go to school, there's math. I hate math, for example, or I don't know physics.
Yeah.
I don't like physics, but I choose. I was forced to go to school. It's not like you choose futsal or football. You choose to
You
do it,
choose. Yeah.
you know. And this is where I like advise, like if you want to be a soccer player or a futsal player, you have to be your own coach starting at an early age.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like 16, 17, this is the time. This is the prime.
Is a good message. Is you get the time that he was
Timestamp.
done.
Yeah, done.
Here it is. Oh my god, this is very important.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank you for
absolutely.
sharing that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. But so your parents, like, your mom and dad never talked to the coach, or it was just kind of on you?
Yeah, they talk to the coach. Like if they see the coach, like sometimes
Hey, how are you?
I had games like my mom used to drive me to games. All right, so sometimes for some reason we don't have a bus or something. We they supported me. It's not like they're against playing futsal or soccer, but
They just weren't involved in the day.
yeah,
to
but
day.
They
they're
support
not-
because you decided already. They say, "Oh, okay. So since
But-
you won that, let's do it."
Bye.
but they're not like all right, why Ramzi is doing this in training or why I in the U18. The good thing I always started.
Okay.
So my
Oh,
first tryout,
yeah.
it was very good. Somehow I played really well, started the first game, and since then started Division 2 and started Division 1.
Nice.
So it was good.
I saw a picture in Instagram. I was doing some research with the U20 national team.
Yeah, I played there too.
That was the last game that you did.
So in the U20, if you cannot play before playing with the men national team, you go with the U20.
Oh,
So you play with the U20 and then you go with the man national team. And we have a tournament in Thailand. So
Nice.
we prepared in Lebanon and everything, and we had a tournament in Thailand. And that wasn't easy. So the national team, here we go. So you have pressure, which is let me put it this way. If you have an U18, that's like 5/10 pressure. Division 2, you're like 6. Division 1,
You're
you're
using pressure of the league.
7, yeah.
Oh my
And then you
goodness.
have national teams like 10/10 pressure.
Oh, yeah.
So the thing is, when you're a national team and you have to play with the D1 at the same time, it comes chaotic a little bit. It's like you have a little bit of everything, and that wasn't easy. So playing as a national team level, I didn't start in the national team, by the way. I was
20s.
yeah U20. I didn't start. I was the second goalkeeper.
I saw that was 3, huh? 3
Yeah,
goalkeepers.
We had 3.
Yep.
I played one game. It was versus Myanmar. We won 8-0. It's on YouTube too.
Cool.
And then yeah, that was it. We had the first goalkeeper. So that was a little bit it's a little bit chaotic, but it's fun. If you like having a lot of stuff going on at the same time with college, telling college that you have to travel 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks off college.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Jeez.
and they rescheduled my exams and everything. So it wasn't really and the system there in Lebanon, here's the thing, it's not very organized like
Yeah.
here. So you have to be a little bit the coach and everything. You have to talk with your college, with the team, the national team to
Right,
make
right.
it happen. And
Well, I want to hear about the competition, because you said when you played for your club team or your pro team, the level 2, you said you were a starter. So how did you go from being the starter to representing the national team and not starting? How was the transition? What was the competition like? Was that the guy that was above you? Was he way better? Or, explain that, I guess.
yeah, so first he was technically better. So definitely he was way better.
Technically, you mean like saves,
Yeah, yeah.
throwing?
Everything. So we're talking about save, throwing, aggressive. He was into it, and it's a coach decision. So sometimes, like, I want to really compare really quick. So if you see soccer, so you have Manuel Neuer, which is the goalkeeper of Bayern, and you have Ter Stegen, which is Barcelona. They both play with one of the best teams, but Neuer started for some reasons, right? Personal reasons, he's just a leader or something. And this is what happened.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit technically better than me, more personality and everything. The coach liked him. I respect that. I wasn't mad about that. That's the thing. I wasn't mad about that because I knew that I wouldn't start. But until you're in the game, this is where it hits you. You're like, oh no, you're not starting. And then you go to the whole trip to Thailand. You train. You do everything. You go to the whole trip, and then you don't play anything. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then the last game, you know that you're already qualified,
Yeah.
and you go to play, but it's a chance, and I played really well. We won 8-0, but I played really well, and that was the
So
whole
no
purpose.
play time again.
No
Yeah.
play time.
No play.
play
Some
time.
parents ask me, "Oh, what do you think about playtime?" I was like, "It's with the coach, but in the pro level, there's no play time.
Oh yeah.
Don't pay
Anything-
to play."
Anything competitive should be no guaranteed play time, because
Yeah.
the point,
Exactly.
you're learning to compete.
And then I jumped to the men national first team.
Nice.
I never played any game. We're talking about official game.
You're talking about the actual men's
Yeah,
national.
men national team. I never played any game. I was okay with that because I knew that in my Division 1 team I started, and this gives you a little bit of boost. So you have
Oh,
to
yeah.
have some challenge somewhere.
right, right.
You're not starting. All right.
Adversity, you got to deal with.
How can I, work to make it happen to start? So
Yeah.
you have some challenge. If you're sitting there in the Division 1 starting every game, every single game, you don't have any challenge because you know that your spot
That's
It's
guaranteed.
there.
Yeah.
Unless you're injured or something.
Yeah. I did a live right here on
Hey,
the personal.
we're live.
Okay. So Michael is there. See you later, Michael. We're gonna interview you. We have here Ramzi, Kyle. So if you guys wanna watch or wanna hear us,
We're live.
Power Play P2 Instagram.
Power
Okay.
play.
See you guys. See you guys here.
Ciao.
Here we continue. So, well, I have a question.
Go
So
ahead.
in Brazil, I see some goalkeepers with no gloves, some with gloves. What is that? Like the goalkeepers, they prefer gloves or no gloves?
So yeah, if you wanna talk about like professional goalkeeper, they usually don't wear gloves. However, there's like special gloves for futsal goalkeeper. They're like half gloves, and you can
with the
buy
cut finger.
Yeah, with a
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
finger. Yeah. So it depends on the goalkeeper if you wanna choose a glove.
What did
or
you
not.
use?
No gloves.
No gloves.
I only used
Ooh.
one-time gloves.
Ay,
just
ay, ay,
because
it's
I was-
brave.
Just because I was injured, I had like a dislocation in my finger. So yeah, from soccer, from
What?
futsal.
Another curiosity.
Mhm.
Curiosity.
Curiosity?
Yeah, that's it.
How is the speed, the ball speed? Because the ball is too heavy, small.
Yeah.
So have you ever measured this? Like, what is the speed of the ball that you guys?
Oh no, I never measured
Crazy.
that. Yeah, but
It's
fast.
crazy to
I'm
be
curious.
a
I don't even know the answer.
goalkeeper.
Why do goalies in futsal usually not wear like an actual glove?
Yeah, so first, because when you throw the ball, you have to have the grip on the ball so you can really grip it and throw. So actually, futsal is very different from soccer, goalkeeping,
Right.
and everything.
Yeah.
It's like another game
Really?
at a point. And especially when you go with a higher level, you really see that, all right, it's a really another game. It's very fast. It's very technical in futsal, less skills. Right, all right, we have Ricardino, the best player. He's like skillful, but it's less skills and it's very intense. So you have high intensity.
Have you ever saw the handball?
Handball.
Yeah, you guys have there in Lebanon as well.
Yeah, so we practiced the same field, handball, futsal.
Yeah,
Handball,
because
futsal,
the goalkeeper suffers as well.
same type of thing.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's a hard ball. I think it's number 3 for handball. I don't know.
I
Ball
think
size?
it's number 3. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I want to learn more about the national team experience. So not the U20s, the actual national team. How long were you a part of it? You know, what events did you guys do? And then just kind of talk about it. What was it like, being a part of the national team group
Yeah, so
full time?
first, it was like everyday training. So you have Monday to Saturday, everyday training.
Were you preparing for an event?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so when we had the Thailand tournament, it was my second year college. We used to train every day for 4 months prior to the event. Every day was Saturday, sometimes twice a day.
Nice.
So we used to train in the morning,
Nice.
you rest, and then you make a light training or technical training or video session at night.
Right.
So that was our like routine. It wasn't easy because, as I told you, it's like they change a lot. Time, everything you have to manage. You have a car, you don't have a car. You have to study, you don't have to study. So there's pressure in there. There is pressure in there, and you have to know as a player, and this takes time. So I didn't realize that from the first time that you have to be okay with pressure. If you're not going to be okay with pressure, you're not going to make it. And I want to talk a little bit how to be okay with pressure.
I was going to ask.
Yeah,
People are
exactly.
going to ask that
Yeah.
question or listening and say, what does that
So-
mean? Be okay with pressure.
Yeah, be okay with pressure is like in everything, especially as a PT2 physical therapist, you have pressure. So it's all about like, all right, client, you're dealing with someone. So
In everything in life, you
exactly.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
as a
be
player,
prepared.
how to deal with pressure. This is from my personal experience. I'm not talking about knowledge. I'm not reading books, anything. It's personal experience. So what I noticed when I played first team D1, first year Division 1, then Division 2, then jump to national team, it's all about to focus on your goal. So you have to set a goal in every game, every training. So what are we going to work on? So let's say a game. This was my goal in every game. So every game I go in. Depends. If I play with the D1 team, with the best team, I have the same goals. If I play with with the worst teams, I have the same goal. So my goal was I don't have to concede more than 2 goals. Right.
That's what I was about to ask you. That what was your goal?
That was
in the-
my goal, my objective of the game, of the training, of the anything competition.
yeah.
Don't concede more than 2 goals. Perfect. So what can you do to not concede more than 2 goals?
Yeah.
All right. Do this, work on that. High save, low save, everything. All right. What's your weak point? My weak point was the left side. and I used to go out of the goal a lot.
Yeah.
All right, that was my weak point. I knew that was my weak point. All right, so I used to train 3 times a week, or with the national team, I go a little bit early to the training, try to work on this weak point and not going out of the goal. And then you're in the game, you already practice that a lot in training. You put the mindset, now you have to implement it in the game. My goal is not to concede more than 2 goals. How? Because I worked on my weak points and this kind of thing. This is the other lesson for if you're a player or any kind of player, even a coach or anything, make sure your players know what's your goal. All right.
This is very important, Ramzi, and I was about to ask you, because this you can use for I use that kind of methodology. That actually, I change few things, of course.
Exactly.
I adapt to my life, but how you use that, you're setting the goals to your life. So let's say about what is your goals for the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, that's a big question.
One.
That's
It's
a big
one.
question.
Yes,
So-
getting the point of goals is amazing.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've heard of that, but if you're a player or coach or anyone, like a guy who wants to succeed, you have to have goals.
Yeah.
And there's something called SMART goals. So a SMART,
Specific, measurable.
exactly. Yeah, realistic, time bound, measurable too.
Yeah.
So that's the SMART one. If you implement this in anything, even if you're a coach and or a player or an owner, anything,
Anything.
it
Yeah.
work. And you have to be consistent with that to make it work. So I have a lot of goals in 2-3 years, but my short goals right now is to be like a licensed PT, keep working on my self-improvement, like how to improve myself in anything, could be in futsal, coaching, because I'm right now into coaching and interesting. I love to work with athletes. Even with PT, like I want to be in athletes. I want to be in the field with people who wants to achieve something. So there's a high motivation and pressure, and which is nice.
Well, I'm curious. You talking about goals? When you played for the national team, you played Division 1, Division 2. Did your coach or the club, did they give you targets? Like
No. So that's the other part. And
No goals.
it took me time to discover that. So I never, of course, like you're a coach, I'm a coach. We all know that. Coach player too. So before a game, of course, we want to win this game. We want to make the final 6. We want to win the trophy.
So it's a team goal, but not a personal target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a team goal,
Yeah.
but it's not a personal. All right, we want to we want to win a trophy. Perfect. Go to the game. What's my job now?
And how? Yeah.
And
The
what's
way
the
they-
defender job now? What's the pivot job? What's the alley job? So what are we creating personally to make that goal wins? I remember really well, we had a game versus Iran. So Iran is one of the top 6 in the world in futsal. If you watch it, so it's a very good. So we had a game, and the coach told us that, all right, perfect. We're playing against this team. Now make sure they're not. He told us they are not good. We're like, yeah, but they're top 6 in the world, everything. And then he went like the players. They have this player, he's injured. They have this, he's not good, he's not informed. Perfect. They lost 3 games. They're not in shape. And then here we had more motivation. All right. So now personally, they're not really good. Yeah. As a team, as a name, perfect, they're very good. But personally, they weren't that good. And we lost the game. However, we scored the first goal because we went up in the mentality that we could easily win.
Yeah.
We scored the first goal. For some reason, we lost. But we had this motivation.
How was the final score?
It was like 6-2, 6-3 or 6-2.
Not that bad.
I wasn't playing, but it was like 6-2, 6-3.
Well, it's interesting because, again, mentality.
Exactly.
Right?
It's
So,
all
like,
about mentality.
it doesn't even matter. I mean, obviously, skills and things are very important, and people need to understand that at that level or any high level, it's assumed that you're going to have skill. But the differentiator is mentality. Are you
Exactly.
I would never say this word perfectly.
I messed it up wrong.
Differentiation, literally.
I don't even remember what I said at this point. Differentiator.
I think, Tiago, both of us, we cannot talk about English because
I was about to ask you that, like, how you learn English? Your English is really good. So how you learn
just
English?
here practicing
How long you been here?
for a year and 2 months.
Man, you've been here for a year and 2 months and you speak that well?
Yeah.
I think he's lying.
This guy's been here 10 years. He still can't speak
I have
English.
10 years here. So your language there is Arabic?
Yeah, so it's Arabic first language, second is French, and third is English.
Can I do a challenge? Can you write down my name and Kyle's name in Arabic?
Arabic?
Can you?
Oof.
And I need to guess which one is Thiago, which one is Kyle.
Nice.
Can you do it?
I would
So let's
try.
see. And while he's doing that,
I need a pen.
sponsors. Again.
Sponsors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's see.
Wait, what's that? You have to guess this one.
This one is a name.
Yeah. So
This is Kyle.
Let me
No,
tell you
sure.
something.
Sayul, it's
In,
Sayul.
in Arabic, that's a funny thing. In English, you start writing from here to here, right? So from left to right.
Yeah.
In Arabic, you start writing from right to left.
Oh, man.
So you read like
Plot
this.
twist.
You don't read like this. Exactly.
Oh,
Of
you
course
read
you-
that way too?
No. You only read from right to left. So
My
this is the
goodness.
first letter.
Oh, so it's S. So it's you.
Sayul.
No, that's Kyle.
Kyle. Guys, can you see YouTube channel? You guys can see it. Podcast,
Oh,
unfortunately, you guys need to.
I would have to write it back again.
Oh my! It's because you wrote wrong. So this is why I didn't guess. So can you wrote
wanna write Kyle again?
Can you
Alright,
put?
Kyle.
Yeah, he did wrong. This is why I didn't guess.
Yeah.
So, and what about Thiago?
Tiago.
I don't know if he still remembered his.
PH Yogo.
We don't have go and like g. This
Yeah, my name don't exist there. Jeez.
It's not just your name.
Can be
You
without a
don't
O.
exist.
Can be without a O. That's it.
I'm not sure, but
50-50 shot.
I'm gonna do a tattoo.
Oh, nice.
My goodness. Look at this.
Opale.
Thiago.
Yeah.
I'm
And so
gonna
you
do a
said
tattoo.
the second language is French. Are you still fluent in French?
yeah, I'm still fluent.
Beautiful.
And have you ever been to France?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my actually the college we used to learn in French, so everything was in French.
But have you been to France?
Yeah.
What part?
I've been to Paris
Okay.
when I was a kid. That's the pen, Tiago.
Thank you.
And yeah, I went once. Yeah, once.
As an adult?
No,
Or
no,
just-
no.
just
I was a
kids?
kid.
Okay. And you went there just for vacation, or you were playing?
No
or-
vacation. No.
Okay.
Man.
I went to Prague for Prague, Czech Republic to
Yeah.
play. We went to Barcelona to play. We went to Amsterdam and we played an tournament in Eindhoven.
Okay, nice.
That was with the college team. We're talking about college. It's not D1
Yeah.
or national team. We went to what else? This is what I can. Twice to Amsterdam, by the way.
How many countries do you think you've been to?
It's a good question. I would say like 12, 14.
Woof.
Did you try all the things in Amsterdam or what? Oh, you like the food, the drink, everything
let's
there.
Products. Yeah.
Yeah, red light B. Let's cut that part. My friend, let me ask you something. Like, I love the part of financials, everything. So, how you do with your financials? Do you have? Because I saw that you're playing really good your life with the goals, everything. Do you do the same thing with your financials? Since this is a podcast talking about financials, as well.
Business.
Business.
Which level you want to hear? Like, what do you mean? Like, how I organize my finance? What's my
Correct. Like if you count every single dollar that you spend, or if you're
Oh,
playing
no.
something like I want to buy a home, I'm saving $100 a month, $200 a month.
Oh yeah. So right now it's like I'm still in a transition phase. So if I want to call that transition phase from Lebanon to here, I'm still in
Lebanon.
that phase. I'm not like because
Why do you say transition phase?
but I'm still new here because I can still not. When you're new to somewhere, you start from zero.
So you're adapting. That's what you
Exactly.
mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm adapting.
Now I
That's-
understand what you mean.
That's
I
a
get it.
better word, maybe. I'm still
Adaptation.
adapting. Yeah.
You said I want
Oh
adaptation.
my goodness, he adapted in 1 year with the English. It's crazy.
First, yeah. So it's funny
This
because
guy's going on 10.
I started working here, and then I realized that just to work, I'm working because I want to learn English. That was it. That wasn't my
So-
point of working because I want to do this. No, I just want to learn English.
Not about money. It's
no, I
just.
just want to learn English.
Okay,
and
guys,
see how
you can tell the name of the company that you work. It's not about the money. I'm kidding.
Yeah, so that was like my first. When I arrived here, I started working after 1 month. I started working.
Yeah.
I didn't know how the system worked, anything.
Anything.
So I used to work in a place, and they told me, "Why are you being rude with people?" And that was true. That happened. So the owner came here,
Yeah.
came to me. She's like, "Why are you being rude with people?" I'm like, "I'm not being rude. What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, here in the U.S., you have to be much more soft, understand people. You have to communicate better. You have to be clear. And in my country, in my how I There it's like you have to say things as it is. There's no filters, there's no anything. And this is why also because of I used to have a sports background, it's like as it is, there's no filters, you know.
No point. Yeah.
Of course, unless you're working as a
Be
PT.
direct.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a little bit different here. Same for English. So I've been learning English here and there. I worked for that to do it, and then with my finance, I don't know. So every weekend I like to go somewhere. So I don't like to stay home every weekend. So every weekend we go here and there. My girlfriend, my friends, you know, we just go somewhere.
Have fun, spend some money.
Spend the money, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you've
put
been
some
working-
goals.
You've
Put
been-
some goals on your money part as well.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you've been working the whole week. You deserve some.
So let me
Of
ask you,
course.
because he mentioned the part about rude and whatnot. I mean, can you give us an example of like you said something to the client and they thought that was rude? Do you know what it was?
Oh yeah. So let me give you a small example.
I can give you one with Kyle today. Here we go.
So yeah, I think Kylie's pretty much direct too. This is
Kyle?
What, yeah, this is
Oh,
what
yeah.
I liked about him. He's
Today,
like, boom.
before you start, he was like, "Chuck, give me the a paper, piece of paper." We're like, "What? A piece of paper?
Give me the paper."
Oh, it's because I know him, but
Exactly.
I'm getting used to this
Exactly.
culture as well. So in Brazil, we talk like, "Hey, how is everything? Oh, really good." It's kind of
Hey, we already had that conversation this morning. You're talking about way
Oh
later.
yeah,
Don't spin the context.
It's a big fight here. No, but I'm used to that already, and I'm doing that. I'm being direct to the point. I think save our time. You know, like we go direct
Easier.
to the point, and
But let him tell.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
come
sorry.
on, this is
Yeah.
about you.
So
I would love to share this thing with you.
so yeah, here you have. So what happened is I don't remember, but I was like telling someone like they have like weak muscles or something here and there.
Uh-oh.
I was like the way I said that was it sounded negative, which is I understand. You know, if you're building.
You're just telling them. You're
Yeah,
like, hey,
if-
your muscles are weak. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go on a personal level, especially in PT physical therapy, it's this is not how it works. But
Yeah.
I was telling you not in a medical context, just like you know,
general.
just talking, and the person didn't get pissed or anything, but the owner listened, like the the manager owner, they listen. She listened and she was yeah, but this is not how it is here. You cannot say that. It's not like wrong or right. It's just different.
Right.
It's not like she's wrong, I'm right. Just like different.
Right.
And this is where I start adapting. All right, just to make sure like things go like this here. So yeah, pretty much it's very like
so you didn't
legal.
get in trouble. It was just
No.
okay.
So
I thought,
legal
like, you
stuff
had
are different here. Everything is different, you know. So you have to get like like insurance and everything. You name it, everything is different.
Right,
You know. So I was like getting to the field here and see how it goes.
Well, then how did you get here? How did you come to the United States?
So yeah, so I used to live in Lebanon, and we had like a big, that was one of the reasons, like a big crisis. It's
Okay.
like Venezuela, if you want to
Got it.
compare it.
Okay, yeah.
Like a financial crisis, money inflation, everything was crazy. So like, let's say like you used to buy like $1 used to make, just saying really quick, 1,500 Lebanese pound.
Mhm.
Now,
Pound, yeah.
no, not pound, Lebanese lira, if you want. $1, 1,500. Now $1 makes 30,000.
So $1 is
Yeah.
30,000.
Yeah, right now it used to be 1,500. So
You buy a cell phone for $1 million, probably. yeah?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything changed. So and we had the chance to come here, and it happened.
And you came with who? You
My
said
sister,
we.
with my
Okay.
sister. So sister and I, my dad a little bit, and then he came back.
They visit you here?
Not really, but we're planning to move here. Everyone is planning to move here.
So I guess you're that happy about it, like
Oh
being
yeah,
here.
oh yeah, he's happy about it. To answer on your question, so what is my financial goal to?
Here we go.
You like it, right? So-
vamos.
I mean, not that I like. I think it's important.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
having the goals that you said is very important, but having financial goals is really important.
Exactly.
You know, for the whole life.
Same
so,
type of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So my plan, I love to do that. So I'm also, as I mentioned, I want to be a PT, of course, but I want to still work with athletes, and this is my goal. So all I want to do is work with actual athlete. So I'm saving up, like if I can right now save up a little bit of money to invest in that later, to find a way. I know Kyle knows. I don't know if you know Thiago. So I started a little bit like my own business. It's called High K Fitness too.
You can promote. You have Instagram.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
High.K Fitness.
Oh,
Done
sure
$100 later. Okay, here's the fee.
Yeah, so it's High.K Fitness. Make sure you follow us, guys. So it's all about like athlete training. So that's my goal. So work with athletes, and I'm enjoying working with the young ones.
Let me follow
So
you.
like
It's like personal training, right?
exactly, yeah. So it's one-on-one training. I do right now strength and conditioning training one-on-one. We do also group classes, and this is what my goal is, to make it bigger. Also on a long term. So it's a very long term goal. Right. You have to start somewhere. So this is also one of my goals.
Financial goals can be like having my company grow. In that way, you're gonna have more money, and with more money, you save more money.
Exactly.
But you gotta have a goal.
Exactly. So that's one of my goals. Other than getting my PT license and getting able to practice PT, because right now legally you cannot practice
without the license.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but what's good? What you mentioned about like I came here to learn English. So
Exactly.
you did a good job.
Yeah,
in
I
1 year better than a lot of people that like me 10 years and is not that fluent. So and this is really good, because in business what I have learned is if you focus on the money will not come.
Exactly.
So
100%.
you're doing really good.
Yeah, I'm doing the opposite. Because you have to have content, you have to have something that you like to grow something, and then it will come naturally.
Yeah, if you put money as a priority.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah.
Forget.
I gotta let you guys know we're about out of time, but could you give us like one key takeaway? That way we could kind of wrap up the episode. Something for the viewers or whatever that you want to discuss. Give me 1, 2, 3 points, whatever you got.
So yeah, I will start with the first one, because we got that. I think that's very important. So if you're an athlete, professional, young athlete, expert athlete, anything, a coach, you have to be your own coach. Even if you're a coach, you have to be your own coach.
Always self-improvement.
Exactly. Yeah. So set a goals for something. Set a goal on playing well, doing something. That's the first thing. Even if you're a coach, set a goal. What's my goal in this game? Doing this, doing this, doing this. And personal goal, not a team. A team comes if you build some personal goals. Right. That's number one. Number two, you have to deal with pressure. If you're an athlete, anything, you have to deal with pressure. How to deal with it? Set goals. Again, we're focusing on setting goals. We're not focusing on what my dad is saying, who's coming to the field, what's the kind of the field. We're focusing on ourselves. Right. Third thing is, I would say, self-improvement. Keep learning every day. And
vamos que vamos.
Here we go.
Thank you so much, Ramzi, for today. Was a good talk. We could be here for another hour.
Hour plus.
Really good.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Meta Media, our
Thank
sponsors.
See you guys.
Vamos que vamos.
Allez, bien joué. French. I still
You know
remember.
that